Hello everybody. Bonjour tout le monde. Happy Thursday. Just wait a little bit. Let's see. Hi Claire. Hi Mara. Hi. I don't know if Ella also gonna paint today. Just wait for a little bit. Other people join. I hope everybody's doing well. Happy Thursday. And welcome to Paint It with Behni. So today we're gonna paint two cute butterflies and a ladybug butterfly and a big heart. So what we need, the colors are mostly what I am using are gonna be blue, red, yellow, white, and black. You can use any other colors for your background, for your big heart, but obviously ladybugs, if you need to do the ladybugs, they're gonna be red. So I'm gonna do my background with a sponge, and also we can use a brush. I have a bigger one. If you are using a sponge, go ahead and make your sponge wet. And I'm gonna start from the sky, and then put in the bottom we have this smudge of grass, then a little bit of light, and then our sky. So what I'm gonna do, actually no, I'm gonna start with here, because at the bottom I'm gonna put a grass, and then for the yellow part I need to let my grass dry. If not, my yellow is gonna be like a lime green. So what we're gonna do is make a beautiful green for our grass. If you want to make your background different colors, go ahead and do it. You can do it only one solo color, or different one, whatever. If you have any questions, let me know to mix the colors, and I would love to see your names, and just say hi and tell us if you're watching. So to make a beautiful green, what we need is blue and yellow. I'm gonna mix a little bit of my blue, a little bit of yellow, and the very bottom layer, my green is gonna be dark. If you prefer to make it even darker than that, you can add a little bit of black in your green. So green basically is blue and yellow. Go ahead. We start with a layer at the bottom. Don't forget to put a nice music. Hello, Tasman. So we start with this layer of green. So don't worry about it if you feel like, oh, how I'm gonna make it like a grass. We'll come back and do it. We need to let it dry for the first layer. It doesn't need to be very thick, this layer of your green. So if you feel your paint a little bit like a kind of transparent on your canvas, you can still see your canvas, don't worry about it. It depends on the quality of paints and your canvas also. So if you feel that, just let your painting dry, and we're gonna come back and put the second layer. I'm not sure if you guys can see everything very well. If you have any issue, if it's not clear, let me know. So yes, so this layer is ready. I'm gonna clean my brush with water and on a little napkin. So now what I'm gonna do for the second part, I'll make the sky. So for my beautiful sky, I'm gonna add my blue. So just put a little bit of blue on your white, because blue is a very strong color, and a little bit of it can make a big difference. So as you see, then you can add little by little. If you want your sky to be darker, go ahead and add more, but don't add too much blue at the beginning. So put your white first and then add a tiny bit of blue. Always when you want it like a light kind of color, you want to make it pink or light blue, light green. Hi, Lauren. So just put your white and then add a little bit of your second color in it, so it doesn't make your paint very dark. Okay. So for your sky, go ahead and play with it. You can always mix your color, your paint, straight on your canvas. So if you put here, you put like your blue, don't be scared. Just take a tiny bit of blue while your paint underneath is still wet. You can add some blue on it. Actually, it gives a nice shade to your sky as well. You can also do this layer with a sponge, whichever is easier for you. I love painting with sponge, so you just go ahead and pick whichever you feel more comfortable with. You can always, play with it, relax. Just while your paint is still wet, just add more color, more white, more blue. But what you need to keep in mind is not put too much paint and make it very thick, because if you do, it can, take a little longer to dry, and don't mix it too much. It can be a little bit harder to manage. So go little by little, then it's going to be easier to make the change. There is no mistake. What we're doing is just experience. We can always go back and change paints and whatever we want to, but just do it little by little to make it easier for you. If you're doing it with a sponge, you can add a little bit of water, not too much. Go with the flow, enjoy every step of your painting. Wow, that was loud. Just please feel free to text us, message us if you have any questions or anything. Just let us know. Okay. So what I like to do is just give my sky, a little bit of shade, so I can make a little darker blue at the top. So just, not too much, but you can do that with a sponge as well. It's so easy to paint with a sponge, especially for the background. It's always nice and relaxing, and gives you, more options of shades and like a texture. You can make a texture with a sponge. It's nice. And go ahead and paint the corners of your canvas. If you're painting on a canvas, just make it nicer. See, even if I take a like a little bit of dark blue on my sponge, I put it here. Don't worry about it. You can, fade it. While your paint is still wet, so easy to manage as long as you don't put too much paint. Hi, Mara, Ella, and Claire. I hope you guys are doing well. I miss you. Okay. Are you happy with your background so far? Just play with it until you like it. So now what I'm gonna do, I am gonna add some yellow here. For the yellow right there, if you want to make it like a kind of like light, make sure that your blue and especially the green, dark green here are dry, because if they're not, I said already, it's gonna make your yellow kind of greenish. So feel free to wash your brush with a clean water, or even you can use another brush. That's what I'm gonna do. I have a little brush that I'm gonna use. So, and my green here is good. It's kind of dry. So what I'm gonna do is take a little bit of my yellow and mix it. Make sure you take a clean, clean part of your white. Don't add blue in it by mistake. It's gonna make it, it's not the end of the world, but it just make your yellow kind of green. Okay, are you ready? My yellow is ready and kind of light, and as I told you already, we can just change our color straight on our canvas. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some yellow here. Can you see it? So don't worry if your yellow goes into the green. If the green is dry, it's totally okay, because we want to add some kind of grass there. Hi Riley and Haley. Hi Jessica, welcome. I'm happy you guys are here. If you just join, I need to tell you that I put the first layer in the bottom is a dark green. Then I made the sky with a sponge and light blue. To make the green, you add yellow and blue, and for your sky, it's blue and white. And if you have any questions, just let me know. And now I'm adding the yellow layer. I need a little brush here. If your water is green and blue, just make sure that you're not making your using that water for this yellow, because it's a very bright, nice yellow. You don't want it make it kind of like greenish. Okay, so for mixing and fading these colors together, don't worry about it, I'll show you. Just bring your yellow higher until your blue here. I need more, so I'm adding yellow, a little bit of white, yellow, ready. Painting on the beat of my music. And some parts you can just add some, hi Janet. We can add some white. You know, I had too much, so I just put it in a different places. And just you can tap, 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 tap. Okay. Oh, you can. Next time. Don't worry. And this is going to be saved on Facebook page, on PSB's Facebook page, Janet. So you can do it anytime. Maybe later. Thanks for joining and say hi. Okay. Is this good? Some clean water here. To wash my brush. So what we need right now is all the paints that we have done already, like our dark green and our sky, the sky blues. We need them again to fade these together. So just give them a few minutes to dry, then we're gonna fade them. So as last time I also said that if you guys have canvases at home that you don't use anymore, or you think you can repaint on them, that's actually a great idea at this time, because lots of the stores, even dollar store, I went a few times and I couldn't find canvases. So what you can do is paint your like old canvases in white. It's nice to have those little rolls, so you can just paint them in white once, let it dry, go back again. Some paints, if they're very dark, you need to just do the white few times, like 2 or 3 times. But just if you let it dry and go back, it's gonna give you a nice canvas at the end that you can repaint. Thank you, PSB. Thanks, Math. Okay. Is your background dry? Okay, so I'm gonna make the dark green again one more time to make like our grass. If you have a little tiny brush, use it, or you can also use a Q-tips. So as I said already, we mix it with dark blue, with the blue and yellow to give us a nice what happened to the music? To give us a nice dark green. Okay, are you ready to make the grass? What I'm gonna do is just I start from the bottom and throw it in the sky. If you feel that your yellow is not dry yet, we can always do it later. Mine is still a little bit kind of not too wet, but it is a little bit wet. But I'm trying to manage it. And if yours is still wet, and you can just make it. Hi, Beth. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I'm saying good to see you. Am I really seeing you? And I feel like I do when you guys join. I feel like, that interaction. It's not here, but still good. I like it. There you go. So, and what we can do also is just add a little bit of black to give some shades here on our grass. Good to see you. Hope you guys guys are doing good. Stay safe, healthy. Okay, I add a little bit of black. So, and in some areas, not everywhere, I just, on my grass, just add some black too. If you feel like, oh, you're not comfortable enough to add black straight on your painting, on the canvas, you can just mix it with a little bit of your green. So make a very dark green with your green, the green that you have with a little bit of black, and then go ahead and do your. Okay, so see, and if you see that, wow, I put too much black here, what should I do? No worries. Go ahead and just fade it on your canvas. See? Just play with it. You just start from the bottom, throw it. You don't need to make it too long, the grass. Even if you feel like, oh, I don't want to, just do it little one by one. You can take a thicker brush and just fade the paints to each other. Like, let me show you. Like you can make, like, take a thicker brush, a flat one, make a little bit of green again, and there you go. You just put it on the bottom. So either with a tiny brush, little by little, or with a thicker brush, just make it easier. I'm gonna add some dark in here to just make them all almost the same. See, it's not a big difference. So either with a thick, flat brush or with a small one. Both work. It depends how patient you are. Okay, so and here at the top, what I'm gonna do, I take my sponge again. Okay. Make it wet again. Make a little bit like your light blue again. And what I'm gonna do is just again play with it here. This is too dark. I'll make it lighter. So I like it lighter better. Use some brush also to tap.
All it takes to get a great lawn is one sconce feeding in spring, summer,
YouTube
and fall. This
ad. You see, now I'm taking a flat brush again. So just tap it, tap, on your yellow. And bring a little bit of your blue down into yellow to just fade them. I'm gonna add some white too. It just gives it like a forms of clouds too. It's so easy. Just put a little bit of white, whatever you want, and then play with it, tap, or with your sponge, whichever you feel more comfortable. When you tap it, like put some white, just try to fade it don't put your brush again in the paint, in the white. So with whatever white remains on your brush, you just fade that on your scalp. Okay. There you go. Are you happy with your background? You feel it is what you like, or you want to make some changes? Go for it. So to add the big heart and ladybugs, we need to let our background dry to make sure your background is not wet if you want to add the heart. So and basically, if you feel like you are not comfortable, bonjour madame, if you feel that you are not comfortable to draw the heart with a paintbrush, you can use a pen to make it, draw a little bit on the bottom and then paint on it. I'll show you how. So what the heart is gonna look like is not even. So we're gonna start from the middle of the canvas. One side is like small, you come here, okay? The other side of our heart is bigger than this side, so it's not even. And half of it, the one that I'm gonna draw, half of that heart is not in the canvas. So imagine that it starts from here, goes to the top, so outside of the canvas, and come down back again in the middle. Okay. If you feel that, I don't like this type of heart, I want all my heart to be in my canvas, go ahead and do that. It's even easier. And whichever you feel that you like your heart, go ahead with that. I'm gonna show you with my paint, but as I said, you can use a pen, not pen. Oh my God, what's happening today? You can use a pencil. If you want to draw the heart first with a paint, don't make it with black or something very dark. Make it with a lighter color. So I'm just making a kind of light blue to have an idea. So if I didn't draw it very well, I can come back and change it. Okay, are you ready? Let's go. If your paint is not dry, you need to let it dry. But mine is still wet, but I'm not very patient and not a very good student. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, but you better let it dry a little bit. Or use a pencil, draw it with a pencil if it's still wet, and then you can paint in it. If you didn't use too much paint on your background, it shouldn't take so long to dry. No. Okay. Are you ready? You have your pencils? So I'm gonna start from the middle, almost the middle of my canvas. Okay, so this part of my heart is smaller, and the heart that I am gonna draw, they are not, they don't meet each other, so there is a little bit of space in the heart at the top here. If you feel that you want to put them together, go ahead and do it. Let me just, these ads are getting more and more. So this is one, can you see that? So I start from the bottom, brought it up, throw it in the air. So what I'm gonna do, mine, we're gonna make the second layer to just make it thick, but first let us start with the second part, this part of the heart, okay? So I'm gonna show you exactly what I imagine that I'm doing so you can see how it is. Merci madame, vous êtes gentille. Okay, so the second part. imagine it's coming out and back in. See that? Went out, come back here again. So, again, if you feel that, oh no, I can't feel this part, it won't be nice, so you can go ahead and just do it from here, just inside. Make the whole part inside of your canvas. Don't put half of it outside, like part of it outside. Okay? I hope it's good so far with your heart. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make the second layer. Let me know if you find it hard. How do you feel? How your hearts are going? I'm sure you are also good drawing and making hearts. I see these beautiful hearts everywhere in the town on the windows, so I'm sure we are also good at that. So the second part, to make it thicker again, so it's thinner, very thin in here, and like you see, you can always go back and change it and make it bigger. So what I suggest you is going with a Thank you, PSP Squamel. You're so kind. So what I suggest you is always start with a thinner layer. So make it thinner, because if it's thinner, you can always go back and make it thicker and bigger and bigger. But if you make it very big at the beginning, it's not easy to. It's possible, but not very easy to make it again smaller. So like as you see here, I like mine to be thicker. So what I'm gonna do, the outside line, I'll make it bigger. Okay. So there's two lines, an outside and inside lines for our heart. Okay. Now I'm gonna go and do the other side of my heart. Imagine it again. Just be careful if your canvas is wet. Don't mix the colors on your background. Is good? Oh, I see people are doing beautiful hearts back here. I'm sure you also can do it. Just give me 1 second. Okay. So now what I'm gonna fill between these two lines. Mine is gonna be green. Feel free to make your heart any color you like. You can go ahead and do it red. Red, I think maybe it's not the best color to pick if you're adding your ladybugs, unless it's two different kind of red. But any other color if you like, or if you don't want to add ladybugs, then go ahead and do it red. It's gonna be nice. So it's totally up to you. Mine is gonna be green. I'm gonna pick a medium brush here, add again some yellow and some blue. Make it kind of like a medium green. You see mine? Maybe I need more yellow here. To make your green lighter, you add more yellow, and feel free to put some white. I don't want to put white in here. I don't really like my green to be mixed with white. At this moment, I like it because it's a kind of nature. I like it to be like a live, vivid green. Okay? Are you ready? We're gonna paint, we're gonna fill our heart. If you feel like your paintbrush is too big for this, go ahead and use a Q-tips. And if your background is still wet, you should be able to paint still on it, like fill this, but maybe do it twice or come back on it. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna closer. Is it good? Can you see that? So I make 2 layers. You see there's a mistake right here. I'm gonna fix it after. I just moved some paint. Is that good? Tasmin? Is that okay? Is it too far, the canvas? Do you want me to move it a little closer? Maybe this is better, right? I'm gonna feel and you know, you can like follow the same. You see here my the corner of the canvas. I just follow this part to the corner. It's gonna make it nicer. So just feel this first. Good, good. Okay, so I filled one part. Do the one in the top. Okay, so as you see, I fill one part. So what I'm gonna do is we need to give this a little bit of, shade, make it nicer. How can we do that? Now that it's still wet, I'm gonna play with a little bit of black with my tiny brush. Okay, I take a little bit of black, especially in the corners. I just put black. Okay, and then while your paint underneath is still wet, you can fade your black to that. So in some areas it's nice to do, you see the outline, the inline of your, can you see that? Black, and give it the nice shade. So in the inside part. Just go little by little. Don't put too much paint. Just try to enjoy the process. Just go little by little. And also in some areas outside, I would make it black. You can also add, mix your black with a little bit of your green. Make a very dark green and just bring it, make like some lines in the middle, because we want to add some lights here too. So it's gonna be nice to make different shades, you know, different greens in that part. Play with it until you're happy with yours. As soon as using, not putting too much paint and go smaller by smaller, little by little, it will be all good. Be patient. And anytime during your painting, if you feel like, oh, I'm putting too much paint, it's just getting dirty, just give it like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Just go, have a little drink, and come back. Leave it. If you feel like you're putting too much and you're not happy with it, just give it a few minutes, have a drink, and come back. Because it needs to dry, and then you come back with a new, like, fresh eye, and you can fix it. But if you just go ahead and continue and put more and more, it won't probably very helpful. So I'm gonna do the same thing with my the other side. Can you see that? Little by little. Faster. Okay, so I let this part dry. I'm gonna go ahead and paint the other side. So feel my heart again. I'm gonna let this dry. Hopefully this part gets dry quick to add our ladybugs. Play with this part until while waiting for the other one to dry, because it's close to 7 o'clock and I don't want to go very longer than that. Even you can give your heart here a little bit like a little spiral here if you want to. No, I like it. I think actually our sample had that too. You could do this if you like to. So what we need next is our red to do beautiful butterfly. I keep saying butterfly. Ladybugs. I know some of you are here just because you like ladybugs. Butterfly. Like the smile. Okay. So I'm gonna use some red. Get some red on the clean part of your canvas, because if you're mixing your red with the yellow, it's gonna give you orange, which is not bad, but with blue or anything, it's gonna just make your red dirty. So to make our ladybugs, mine I'm doing 2 as example. So what we're gonna do, there is one here and one there next to it. So there are like 2 half circle. Aww, hi Champagne. I miss you too. I hope you guys are doing well. You guys are so kind. I'm so thankful to be in this community, honestly. Okay, so with our red, I'm using my very tiny brush again, and it's like half a circle. We're gonna start. So always, as I said, start with a smaller one and then you can make it bigger. Okay, ready? Go ahead. All right. So right next, exactly where my heart ends, I'm gonna add. So for sure, these you need to put 2 or 3 layers of your red, because you have a background and your red is not very bright. As you see, one is here, so this one needs a head, therefore just give it a little space for the head. The head is going to be black, so you imagine you give it a little bit head to this one and a little bit to the other one. Oh, actually, or you know what, let me just show you how it goes. So I'm gonna use another, like the second small tiny brush. If you don't have a second tiny brush, you wash your brush and then go ahead and do it. So I'm gonna use the black, so with the head, of course the head is smaller than the body. It's another one like a third of a circle. There you go. Okay. Hello, Miss Kelly. Welcome. So the head of the ladybug. Now that you put your ladybug here, you can go back and make it bigger. Okay. If you feel like, oh, I like my ladybug bigger, go ahead. Actually, I like one to be bigger than the other one. You can make yours as a couple or mom and baby. But yeah, whatever, whichever you like. See, I'm just making it a little bigger, so I'll add and our ladybug has 2 little antennae as well. antenna. If you start from the top of the head, one goes like this. The other one is smaller. I don't really like this brush. It's not my favorite. But whatever. It's okay. Is that good? So now my second ladybug, I just give it a little bit of space between these two heads because I want to add the other one's antenna. So just give a little bit of space. I add the head first. There you go. If it's a head of my ladybug. What time it is? Okay. So the body, another half a circle. Is your ladybug's body. Okay, so 2 half a circle plus the head. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the same brush for the antenna, this one. And the second one, I'm gonna add the antenna as well. They're like talking with their antennas here. Nice job, Hannah. Okay, so I feel like mine needs the second layer of red, but I want to show you how to put the black dots as well. So what we're doing, we add some dots on our ladybugs. If the body is still wet, you can let it dry. I suggest you to let it dry and then add your dots. But I'm gonna show you. Mine is not quite dry yet, but I'll show you. But don't do that. Wait for it to dry. I'm gonna add 3 dots, or maybe 4 on one, 3 on the other. Or you can also make like a half a dot somewhere. There you go. 4 on this one. And I'm adding 3 on the other one. Okay. One other thing that we need to do. So again, I suggest you to put the second layer of your red to make it nicer, brighter red. And then when it's dry, add your dots. And I also add a little bit of light. I'm gonna add a little light on my ladybug. How it works, again, with the same small brush. I wash my brush, make sure it's clean, or with your Q-tips. A little bit of white I'm taking. Put a very tiny line on his head and the body. Can you see that? There are like 2 tiny lines that I add here. I just want to make sure to show you all steps. before we finish. So there's these lights on my ladybug, and I'm gonna add some lights on in the body of this big heart. Okay, so with the white, or if you are not very comfortable to put the white on your heart, you can make a very light green with your white. You see, I add a little bit of green in my white to make a very light green, and then add some lines. And then here you can see, oh, I want it to be a little brighter. You can add some more white on. It shouldn't be one line. You see, I put it in a different spot. Just give it a little nice shade. You see that? These lights, like white lights, they're also nice to be on your, between the grasses. Between the grass here. Like you can add some. Any part you feel like, oh, I don't like it, or I want it to be different, just let it dry and come back. Let me see. Can you see that? These white lines in the heart, in the body of the heart, and on your ladybugs. I hope you were able to paint the corner of your canvases, and you still have time. The video will be saved on the Facebook page, PSB's Facebook page. You can go back and watch it and do your steps. If you have any questions, just please let me know, and I would love to see your paints, so please post us what you have done. We would love to see that. I will come back and make my ladybugs a little brighter. It's not very easy to come back with the body when you put your dots on the body. Thank you, Kelly. So are you. You're awesome too. You're so kind. I miss your face. Did you have time to paint, Kelly, today? Let me join later. We are almost done. Oh, look at here. I need to clean this part. I made a mess. I need to clean up my mess. So I put, if you make mess any part, any places that you want to fix it, just go back, put some white in that area. You see mine is, I made a mess here. I'm gonna put, if yours is very dark, you need to make it white. Let it dry and go back and put your second layer. Mine wasn't that dark, so I just put a little bit of white. I can either fade this white here or even add some green here. Blue, sorry. There you go. Here as well. There you go. I started. Oh, perfect. I'm sure you're so good. You'll be able to catch up post us what you're gonna do. There you go, 7 o'clock. Again, beep beep. Thanks our frontline workers to keep us safe. I'm gonna stay a little bit, everybody, to see if you have any questions, any comments. Please let us know how you think we can make this better, how you would love to paint, or what you like to do. Let us know. And also post your paintings. I can't wait to see what you have done. Enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your week. Oh, Hannah, would you like to share your painting? You did a great job. You should. It's okay. You can finish it. Let me. It's so nice. Oh, okay. She doesn't want to. Maybe later. I'm gonna post her painting too. And how about you? Let me show yours. We have some artists here too. Look, she did quite a nice job. Hi, Cheryl. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for your support and take care. I'll see you later. Bye.